podcast playing Little Red Ranger.
So start.
Start. Hopefully it's space and not click.
Welcome to Meadowville.
It needs to be like black
Or at least that's what I'd like to tell you.
or at least something behind there is like too light.
Everyone is dead. But Meadowville hasn't been so welcoming as of late.
Oh.
Everyone carries guns now. My name is Clover. I'm a park ranger for the town. That means anything outside Sable Woods is usually not my business.
Oh,
Anything outside this gate is not my business.
I'm outside the gate.
The last few weeks have made everything my business.
Oh, the business.
You see, folks have been disappearing.
Oh,
Like me right now. Innocent folks, too, like Coda, our local lumberjack with the gruffest face, but a heart of gold.
yeah, I knew it.
Once he brought me a small wounded bird and asked how to help it. I've never forgotten how proud he looked the day it flew again.
Exactly.
And now he's gone. We're not sure when or where Coda disappeared. Only that he never came home again.
Oh,
The bird took him out. The next who went missing was on the edge of town, right out of her very own library.
Oh,
Caleb was sweet, immeasurably kind, and so knowledgeable that sometimes her understanding of Sable Woods surpassed my own.
they're the killer.
There's a plant on their head.
Yes.
The worst he could say about her was that she was shy and, well, maybe a little clumsy, maybe.
I guess one of those slugs that took over their brain.
I used to get all my wildlife glossaries from Cali.
Glossaries.
The library has been shuttered ever since Mayor Gizmo and the local peacekeepers found a rear-facing window shattered from the outside in.
Oh. They disappeared too.
I miss her. Now for the next person. The last to disappear was our local artist, a young man by the name of Linder.
Linder.
Linder was almost as shy as Callie right up until he got his next big idea,
Anime.
painting the town red. I didn't know where his latest creative burst took him, but he'd never been gone from home more than 2 days before this.
Oh.
This is the third day. It's strange walking through the town square and finding it empty. He always liked to paint there.
There's only like 4 houses.
There's the graffiti everywhere. I've trusted the local peacekeepers so far to investigate this string of disappearances, but nobody come up with anything yet. They're all useless.
Yes.
Mayor Gizmo has asked me to meet with him today to discuss the missing folks, presumably to help solve the case. But I just hope I know what I'm getting into.
We're gonna meet Mayor Gizmo and complain.
Well, we're running to him.
We're very far. We were in the forest.
I arrive at the town gate without issue.
I knew it.
For a few moments, it is painfully empty, devoid of both townsfolk and Mayor Gizmo himself.
Oh.
It's hard to keep the lonely landscape from getting to me. Meadowville used to be a bustling town, but now everyone is too scared to come out of their homes. All 4 homes.
Mayor Gizmo. Oh, Clover. Just the rabbit I was looking for.
The mayor runs up to me, chest heaving with each panting breath by the time he arrives. He's not that fat.
Yeah.
I give him a few moments to recover. You wanted to see me, Mayor? What can I help with?
Yes. We could dispense with the formalities.
I know you, you know me, everything's good. Mayor Gizmo gives a wry chuckle that makes my skin itch.
You and I, know that something is wrong, don't we?
Maybe. The mayor tugs on one of his ears with a nervous expression. Do you mean the disappearances? The thing that everybody in town is talking about?
Exactly, a 4.
The mayor gives the same chuckle as before. I tuck my paws into my jacket pockets.
The one on the left, a bird one, because that's like a perch one in a hole. Giant bird.
No, that's just the person who lives upstairs.
Yes. Why yes, of course. what else would there be to talk about?
The crime, the litter, the fire behind your house. His odd chuckle turns into an outright bark of nervous laughter, though he recovers himself quickly.
My peacekeepers, you see, they haven't been able to find anything. I thought maybe, what with the latest you could.
And also people keep stealing coins from the water fountain.
Exactly.
Well,
You could look.
I am
what?
looking. I tilt my head to one side, my long ears flopping along with the motion.
With the wind.
What with the what with the latest? What do you mean, Mayor?
What's the search? You see,
Mayor Gizmo clears his throat and straightens his posture as if trying to compose himself before continuing.
it's a bit of unusual circumstances, even considering not only do we have a location for the last disappearance, we also have a witness.
No, save.
Exactly.
Because this took a long time to get
I
to.
want to save because it was a long
Return.
upload, sync, return.
Where was the victim seen last? Where can I find the witness?
Witness, that's important.
Where can I find the person who saw the last disappearance? They're gone.
Old Bjorn.
Bjorn?
Well, he's probably out by the pier this time of day. You know where that is, don't you?
Nope. Can you remind me?
South of the Meadowvale, right now on the edge of the lake.
Where was the victim? Where were they last seen? Mayor Gizmo shrugs uncomfortably, his eyes looking anywhere but at me.
Oh, in your woods, Clover. In stable woods near the
Stable.
old mine. That's why I said stable.
Sable.
Sable. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. Stable and sable are two different things.
Yeah, but just reading.
That close and I didn't know.
Yes, well, perhaps you could investigate there for me. We need answers, Clover.
Yes, of course.
Is that all of your questions, then?
Well, nothing else is showing up, so for now, Mayor, I'll come back here if I find anything.
Oh, right. Well, there's one more thing I should,
You gonna give me a gun? Mayor Gizmo thrusts something forward for me to take. A gun?
I don't trust him with a gun. Here.
Is that a knife?
Oh, something lower, but it's still a weapon. Yes, for protection, just in case you need it.
Can I also get a gun?
Oh,
Oh, this is probably a safe
quite
part.
the choice. Hey, get out of the way, things.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. Oh, but be care safe. Can't have anyone else going missing. After
Why didn't
all,
you just give everyone knives? Right?
give the whole town knives to protect themselves.
Didn't expect me back with a report by tomorrow morning.
Yes.
The mayor puffs up in front of me. He looks like he's trying to seem confident.
Then I shall look forward to that.
His lack of confidence weighs on me.
With a knife.
Okay, this is probably another safe part.
Okay, now it's to the pier or to the other.
The last where they were seen or the witness.
I'll head south. That seems reasonable.
Into the
enough.
woods.
What's that?
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, that was the pier.
I make my way to the south of town where the large lake takes up a significant chunk of the horizon. At the end of the lake path is a massive dock and pier, though Lake Town is empty of the usual activity.
I like this piano.
It takes a few minutes for me to spot old Bjorn. Despite his massive hulking size, the bear sits at the end of the long pier, a fishing pole.
With his paws.
I call out to him without thinking. He does not look that dangerous. Bjorn, may I speak to you?
What the?
There's a crack at his Bjorn's fishing line, which apparently had a bite still wriggling on it. Snaps in half.
Oh.
Bjorn gives a quiet curse and sets his rod aside before he turns to me with a heavy sigh.
So.
To my surprise, he then smiles.
Clara the Ranger. Oh, what can I do for?
Bjorn pats the space beside him on the pier, so I join him, dipping my bare footballs. Yeah,
My
into
bare
the water.
footballs.
He joins me, and soon we have a small fish nibbling at our toes. For a few moments, it's easy to forget everything else going on.
Yes, exactly.
For a few moments, it's just me, Bjorn, and some cute little fish.
Knife.
Then the moments pass. Mayor Gizmo informed me that you saw the latest disappearance happen. Bjorn shudders and pulls his feet back out of the water, his gaze drifting off into the direction of Sable Woods.
That I did, Chloe. That I did. It's not an experience I'd like to relive.
Well, you have to. I understand, Bjorn, but tell me. I pat his paw reassuringly. You know I wouldn't ask this of you if there was any other option, but...
Exactly. But you need to know what I saw.
Yes, please. Bjorn gives a heavy sigh, bowing his head. Falls into the ocean.
Suppose it's only right after what happened to these poor folks.
Knife.
I saw a huge monster with claws the size of a kitchen knife.
Like the one you're holding.
Exactly. And glowing white eyes.
Well, have black eyes.
Yeah. It dragged them off, kicking and screaming. There was nothing I could do. Nothing anyone could do.
Only if I had a gun or something.
Exactly.
Bjorn stares off and across the lake, something clearly burdening him still.
Oh,
I just watch that happen.
He's not a hunter or anything, he's a fisherman.
Still have a gun.
Yeah.
Seems like you have more to say. You know that I'm here to listen, right? I don't think it's all doom and gloom. Whatever's going on, I'll get to the bottom of it.
I'll get to the bottom.
No, that's one of them.
Oh. I'll get to the bottom. Oh.
So probably the top.
Okay, she's the goo. Alright, I'll tell you.
That does not take that much trying.
Yeah, not too much convincing.
Bjorn turns back towards me, still frowning, but now with a twinkle in his eye that I can't quite place. Knife.
My pappy used to tell me stories. Stories young folk don't like to hear anymore. Even though they're important stories.
Even though they're in history books, but nobody reads those.
History of the town and more.
I frown for a moment, but press on, sure this has something to do with the case at hand. What kind of stories did he tell you?
Stories about the woods. Stories about the land we live on.
Very scary stories before bedtime.
Exactly. Stories of what
The
came
Kukui.
before. The Monster Boo. Born Jewel.
Bjorn turns to me, a very serious expression of his face. On his face? Of his face.
In face. You know, we animals haven't always been rulers of the world, right? Ranger.
I find myself entranced by his intensity. Look at that face. He's so intense.
I know.
Of course, we don't know what came before, though.
You're such a scary guy. You know, you may not know, but I do. Pappy did too.
Yeah, he knew before Animal Christ.
Exactly. He was the animal Christ, old good old Pappy.
I don't respond this time, hoping my silence will encourage him more than my confusion. He must be getting at something important. I can feel it. He walks on the water. Bjorn turns away and huffs.
Walks on water. For the animals were the spirits. Spirits of all things, of the wind, and the trees, and the grass, and the waves, and anything I look at, and
My
the
hat.
bugs, and my hat. And my pockets, too. Can't
And my
forget
pants,
those.
and my shirt, and my hair, and that tree, and that sky.
You see that cloud? It's there, too. Used to be there was a spirit of the forest living all right. Living right over there in your Sable Woods.
Do I burn it? Was.
Was. Some say it still is. The thing to know about spirits, though,
That they have guns.
Yes, they vary in weaponry. They were varied as we out folk were. And one was soft cookie. Well, no soft cookie. Okay. Not a hard cookie.
Something about cookies.
Yes.
Bjorn, you don't really mean to tell me a spirit lives in Sable Woods, do you? You don't really think that's the cause of the disappearances. It was longer than 15 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Bjorn doesn't look at me for a moment, but digs around in his jacket pocket instead, finds another knife. After several tense seconds, he pulls out a small, folded piece of paper bound in a strip of twine.
I'm gonna say 30 seconds.
From the twine having a charm that looks something like wind, maybe.
Yes. If you get in the tight spot, look at that paper. Think of something special to you, special as Pappy's charm is to me, and ask the spirits for their help. It might just be what saves you.
I pocket the paper, charm and all. Bjorn has taken to looking out at the lake again. He doesn't move as I stand up to leave.
He was a robot. Be safe, little Clover. If not for you, then for all of us. We're lost. Be safe.
His last name is Fazbear.
Pappy sees all.
Pappy Fazbear. I will, Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Yeah, Bjorn Fazbear. Time to see where it all happened. The bite of 87.
The bite of 87!
The bite of 88. The bite of 89. The bite of...
Bite of 69.
To the southwest of Meadow.
Yeah, that guy, yeah.
Just a little ways past my own home lies a massive patch of trees. The one and only Sable Woods. It doesn't take me long to track down the site of the latest disappearance, the mine entrance.
Just gotta walk past the talking trees that saw all of it.
Feels cold even for the time of the year, but just here in the clearing. My breath comes out as a thick fog, which I try to wave away.
So you stink.
I begin to chitter quietly, involuntarily, and wring my paws together. Maybe Bjorn was onto something. There's something not quite right about this place.
Or Pappy.
There are clear signs that something happened here recently. There's scratches everywhere. Judging by the claw marks, on the tree and the footprints over there and all this evidence.
All these bear claws and feet.
Where to start?
Well, I'm thinking the footprints, it will lead somewhere.
Choose.
Slots. Foot.
There are footprints around. Some of them are normal, but the others are big.
Oh.
There seems to be a path to drag marks in the dirt that leads into the mine and blood. That can't be right.
Oh my. Oh no. It doesn't even matter. Just look at it. Well,
these claw marks are huge. They almost look like cuts from an axe, but they're far too rough. Hope whatever made them isn't still around. I shudder at the sight and glance around. The sky darkens a tick as the sun droops further below the horizon.
Droops and droops.
I've gathered what information I can. There's only one place left to look.
The mines.
It's time to check out the mine itself.
Oh! We took the best route. We saw it all. We've been to it all. Mines.
The drag marks carry on briefly into the darkness of the cave, and I withdraw a flashlight from my jacket pocket as I enter.
Yeah, there's like bones and everything.
It clicks on to reveal a dark red-brown trail on the floor. My ears flatten out against my head, but I shake off the feeling and carry on. The distant hum of the wilderness fades and is overtaken by my own echoing footfalls. And I can feel
something on my shoulder.
There are more claw marks up ahead, leading around a bend in the path of the cave. Do we choose?
Probably.
Unused mining equipment lie scattered to and fro, mostly lanterns with shattered bulbs and picks with broken handles.
Ooh.
There's an odd lack of cobwebs and dust, though, as if the mine is well trodden.
Huh. You used a lot of...
I reach the corner and place a shaking paw gently on the claw marks, then peek around and into the darkness.
Into the dark.
There's a shape in the shadows that seems to defy the light of my weak flashlight, seems to ward it off. The shape is breathing. Creep up to the shadow figure, call out to the shadow figure.
I'm going to save it again.
Do we shout at it? Or do we sneak up and stab it?
We got the knife. Creep up, shadow figure. Let's go with number 1. Creep up.
I put a hand over the flashlight, dimming it just enough to hide myself, and I take a few careful steps closer to the beast. I can see it rising and falling now, the slight sheen on its fur.
It's fur.
As I ponder what it could be, something crackles noisily beneath my feet. I don't glance down at all, but I can see bones scattered throughout the space.
Yeah.
The creature suddenly rises and whips around. It's a huge thing, a mass of mangy black fur with glowing white eyes and claws the size of kitchen knives.
Oh, exactly.
The werewolf. It rushes towards me like a spear of snarling's filthy obsidian, covering what ground stood between us and the blink of an eye.
Oh my.
Page 2.
Page 2.
We can either fight or dodge.
Hide, dodge that.
Choose.
Let's dodge.
I dart away, leading with my shoulder as a few ivory talons pass through the space above me. My foot lands on a collection of dry, crackling bones, and I stumble into a wall.
Oh no.
The beast readies another attack. Fight.
Let's fight.
I pull the knife from my pocket and flick it open, flailing wildly throughout the darkness. I feel it connected a few times with the knife, though in its wild attack it seems to do most of the damage itself.
Oh.
It catches me once with a sweep of its claws, and I dart away.
And hide.
By the time I turn around, the beast is licking the wounds and preparing to strike again. Okay, our only choice is hide now.
Yeah.
I point the flashlight directly into the creature's eyes and then abruptly shut it off. I move through the darkness by memory until a discarded barrel stands between me and where I last saw the monster. The barrel shatters behind me, then torn apart by the force of a single blow. I have no more choices.
Yeah.
I dive away and turn the flashlight back on its beast, prepares for another attack. In all the commotion, the movement, the tussle, I find myself backing into a corner. The monster walks a half circle around me, glaring ferociously with its gleaming eyes, its jaws dripping.
Oh.
It scrapes the ground with its claws and growls, but the movement of its leg is weak, and its growl poorly conceals a whimper. Now's my chance, and possibly my only one.
Knife.
Use a pocket knife, pull up Bjorn's charms. Okay, this one's probably a
that's
save moment.
Yeah, that's like all the different endings right there.
Okay, start with knife.
Oh, with the kill ending.
The beast suddenly charges towards me, and my hand flies to my pocket on reaction. I will draw the pocket knife in a flash and unfold its blade once again. Even in the dimness, I catch the sheen of its solid surface in the light of my flashlight dashing through the air this way and that. The beast is weakened, it is slowed, and the grace and ferocity it has demonstrated earlier are gone. My heart aches as it growls reduced to whimpers and whines, cut fur and thick blood sticking to my hand and arm as the melee goes on.
Melee.
It lunges for a final blow, jaw wide and eyes fading, but it never lands. Did I defeat it?
I think I died.
The creature slumps against me instead, knocking my battered form to the ground in a heap, sending my ill-suited weapon clattering to the floor. It's done.
Oh no.
The ground is cold, my body is spent, and my mind fragments and spirals off, but it's done. Okay.
Execution.
Okay, load.
Load her up. This one.
I guess the charm now?
Charm.
The beast suddenly charges towards me and then flies a pocket on reaction. I reach in my withdrawal Bjorn's charm and the slip of paper that carries it, raising up like a shield towards the monster now bearing down upon me. It freezes in place, stock still, waiting. My heart is thumping wildly as my chest, but my breathing is still somehow under control. I unfold the sheet of paper and stare down at it. It's blank. I stare at it for a moment, dumbfounded and desperate, then the charm begins to glow. First like a star, then the moon, then the sun, brighter and brighter until there's nothing to see besides the light.
I sat back beside her.
Everything turned white.
Oh.
I can hear distant sounds and feel the distant auras. Separated from me by time and by space, but not memory.
Oh.
I hear an axe chopping firewood in the crisp autumn air. I can hear a rough brush on canvas and quiet contemplative noises. I hear a person reading. I can hear shifting paper and feel the warmth of a hand on my own. I can hear the whimpering of a quiet, lonely creature. Its stomach is empty and its wounds go unattended, and the seasons wrap it up in moisture and mud.
Oh.
It's afraid. I reach out a hand and everything fades. Curled in a shivering heap before me is a small wolf pup. Its fur is matted and its eyes closed in fear. The air around me is still bright with the white energy from before, whirling around as it dissipates. Before it fades entirely, a voice that seems to call out from everywhere and nowhere at once, echoing and circling around me, whispering.
Thank you. Thank you.
I look around, unsure of the exact source of the noise. The whimpering of the pup pulls my attention to it, and I take a small step over. It looks up at me, pulling its ears back and recoiling. There, little one.
Oh.
Knife.
No.
I coo, kneeling down and gently extending a paw to it. The pup sniffs it hesitantly for a moment before it begins to lick my paw. I chuckle and then scoop the massive fur up, wrapping it in my arms. I don't think I know even half of what you went through. I think I speak for all of Meadowville when I say I'm happy to give you a second chance. You killed 3 people.
In another life, I killed you. Purification.
Okay, last one, I guess.
Yep. The last one where it's the spirits.
Before the beast charges, my hand I place in brave face. Though it feels as though my heart wants to hop out of my chest and go for a run. Are you okay? Are you sure you want to do this? The creature stares at me. Its glowing eyes seem to pulse. It cocks its head to the side.
And somebody is the first to speak to me as an equal.
Its mouth is motionless. The voice seems to call out from everywhere and nowhere at once, echoing and circling around me.
What a delight. Tell me, do you wish to end my reign of terror in your little town?
Knife? Its tone is cloying and Cheshire, maybe a little impatient. Eventually I nod uneasily. Yes, I would very much like that. The creature turns up its snout and its eyes gleam.
Wonderful. It's really very simple. You will take on my lot, and I will be free to pass on.
The casualness of the creature's words leave my neck hairs on end, and I fight hard to keep my chittering to a minimum. What do you mean by your lot, and what do you mean by pass on? The creature paces in place, and a low cackle seems to echo from the floor.
I'll answer you quickly, but then you must choose.
Knife or no knife?
For the first, you shall become like I am. You shall live in the darkness and hunger for the blood of your kind.
I stare in mild shock, waiting for it to continue.
As for the passing on, I am forced to live this way forever. And once you've taken my burden on, I will be granted the mercy of death. It's not exactly a win-win. More of a win-lose neutral sort of situation.
That's too many options.
Yeah.
So, your decision.
This is possibly 2 endings.
Yeah. Another save over here, please. Let's go with accept.
I put on the bravest face I can, though it feels like an extend a paw to the beast wordlessly.
Huh. Oh,
Okay, now for the last one.
yeah. That one and this
Do I
one.
just die?
And decline.
I shake my head. The beast suddenly charges towards me, and my hand flies to my pocket on reaction. I will draw the pocket knife in a flash and unfold it.
Oh, so it just goes this way.
Keep going. Can I just press skip?
I think so. Yeah, it just
Okay.
goes with execution one.
Okay, so there's another ending, possibly, or
I think that's all the endings.
let me see. Is it 3 or 4? Is this 4? No, yeah, we got most of them.
Yeah. Alright. See you next time then.
Bye.
Well, the other one was not getting the bear to talk out.